Why, hello there, my fellow scouts. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld. Episode 11, Goldilocks, Hot Dwarf. Our topography data is 60 away from, or just more than 60 away from being able to form our own Gravwell jumps, which is awesome. Alright, long range, and then we'll do the short range in just a second. Time to break the ship! There we go. We can now generate slip surges. I'm going to replace that with the remote survey because I really haven't been using remote survey like at all. So clear remote survey, add generate slip surge. So generating slip surge will allow you to, given the gravity well, the places that you're using, create your own slip surge and be able to like jump to the locations that you're trying to go to fast. It's an awesome ability, especially when you're going into like deep unexplored territory. And at this point, like I don't really care about topography data anymore. If we get it, good, but I'm not like gonna seek it out because I have ultimately what we want. Seems like proximity to the shunt seems to be the sort of majority, which means I will try to find a place worth colonizing within 10 light years of Quesh, if we can. There's a small desert world here, and it is within the Shunt's range. Wouldn't be the best breadbasket planet, but it's definitely going to be low grav given its size. It pretty sucks. Is this ruins? No, I don't think it is. Oh, fuzzle. Oh, wow. The Holy Armada came to attack us? Like, frickin' why? Lunatics. Nothing good in this system. It might be worth... So even though I know where one shunt is, there's two shunts in this galaxy, and it might be worth checking the blue giants and supergiants and trinaries and binaries. Because if I find the other shunt, then that will severely limit the search for a viable colony. Because until I know where both shunts are, there's the whole like, oh, but if you keep searching, maybe you find a better world around the other shunt, you know, and it's a, in my mind, it's like the grass is greener, the sort of like what ifs type scenario. I'm not that interested in going down that rabbit hole, because it could take forever to try to find the other shunt. But if it's convenient for me to check a blue giant, might as well. Another terrain oh, is this? Please be small. Please be low grav. There's a chance. It's, oh, gross. Well, it has a lot of resources, but it's got poor light and horrible tectonic activity. And it's not low grav. So, yeah, no. Brief moment of hope, but yeah, this is apparently just like Earthquake Prime. It's also not close enough to the shunt. Anyway, it's 12 light years, not 10. I don't think this is within range either. We're at 13. I've gone farther in the wrong direction. What are we out now? 9.9? Yeah, alright, this would be max range. Okay, don't think the other shunt's here. Yeah, nothing like using the wrong emoji and like accidentally flipping someone off. Oops. Okay, the problem dropping into pair here is I might get jumped by pirates. Because there was just this, nope, they want real fuel. Fine, fine, you can have fuel. Normally they wouldn't fulfill it, but like, they were actually prospectors looking for fuel. They legitimately needed our help. Little to know, I make fuel with my XO, basically. So after leaving this up for... Ooh, what's that ping? Pirate Mule. Oh, I don't get to keep it. After leaving this up for like almost 10 minutes, it's pretty clear that shunt proximity is going to be the most popular by like a vote of 2/3. So the next question I have for you guys is, once I've searched all of the systems within 10 light years of the shunt we have... Ooh, wait. Or it's not low graph. At that point, do we colonize one of the worlds that we find, or do we go on like the wild goose chase? And I'm like super not excited about this prospect. But the wild goose chase to try to find the other shunt. And I'm not excited because the other shunt could be anywhere. Anywhere that has a big enough star to host it. So it's absolutely one of those wild goose chases. So we're almost done with everything within range of Quesh. I think I have like 2 or 3 more systems left to explore. And then I'll put up that poll. So we are 9 light years away. Beta Luca, I think, was within range, but Gamma Archon will be too far. I'll just poke my head in anyway. But yeah, we are 11 light years. Well, I definitely don't have room for that. Up until now, I've been making room for all the supplies that we found, but 2,000 organics, yeah, that exceeds our limit by about 2,000. So after poking into Beta Luca, I don't think it's going to be colonizable. It's like a white dwarf, so they typically don't have habitable worlds. Habitable worlds are going to be around yellow and sometimes orange most of the time. The quality of the primary star relates, of course, to the quality of the planets. So, you know, a primary star that's like cold, like a white dwarf, is going to have barren or cold worlds. So heading over to Quash, I'll be able to assess the best colony candidate, and then I'll put up the poll about trying to seek out the other shunt or not. So then it will be the decision between, do we decide to colonize Quash's best candidate versus colonizing the one at Do, which was a pretty good candidate. So here are Quash. Did I miss anything? So what I'm looking for is these open brackets next to the name, indicating that I've never been there. And if I've never been there and it's within 10 light days, or light years, then it would be something I should check out. But no, I think everywhere within 10 light years has been surveyed. I haven't actually used the planetary search mod much, but let's see about that. Where is it? Planets. Okay. So these are all the planets within distance. And I'm going to say like at least some farmland. So here's all the ones with some farmland. And then we can look at like low grav ones. So like here's a tundra that has ruins, farmland, or organics, a bad biosphere, but like maybe that could be fixed. Cold, low grav, habitable. So it has a rating. So the best hazard rating is actually right where we are now, but it has extreme weather. And extreme weather, if I'm not mistaken, will make it so that you can't benefit from the colony. So to back things up a little bit, there are a subset of colony items in Starsector which can improve planets. And one that I was going to reference here. So I've been talking about the Hypershunt tab, which takes advantage of Quash's Hypershunt. A Hypershunt tab allows you to receive the, essentially, energy of the Hypershunt. But the Fullerene Spool is another colony item that can only be installed on a colony at a spaceport or megaport installed in the colony. But its conditions, however, is that it can't have extreme weather or extreme tectonic activity. So the extreme weather of Yaband, the least hazardous planet, well, one of the least, there's a few others, Mang and Refus, or whatever. When we're looking at the hazard rating, we should also consider that like some conditions are hard to solve. So there's Solo Libre, but that's... So, I can't sort here. Here's ones with like lots of stable locations within range. But I think what we need to do is we need to figure out which ones have low gravity. So low gravity is this icon here. So this planet is viable. It has rare ore, like moderate rare ore, sparse regular ore, hot and extreme weather. This one is viable. This one's not bad. It's a terrain-centric, and it's got a little bit of everything. Mild climate. It is hot. And this is in Australia. I think the problem is this is like a pirated world right now, but it is this planet right here. So scattered ruins, adequate farmland, sparse rare, sparse regular ore, abundant organics. It does have poor light, mild climate, hot, low grav, habitable. This might be the best world that fits the bill within the shunt. Gusoyan, or whatever it's called. But going back to the planets here. Let's keep looking. So this one is within 24 light years. Yes, no, that's too far. Actually, Gusoyan's 12 light years away. You guys are right. It's too far. So the best one, the only one that is low grav within 10 light years, barring a reasonable hazard rating, because of course if I do hazard rating any, there's going to be more. So all right, let's back out a little bit. Let's say hazard rating below 200%. So that would also include Savasi, which is this planet. So it's decivilized, but that can be fixed. Scattered ruins, poor farmland, or organics, a deadly biosphere, cold, low grav, and that's at Quesh itself. That's actually within the system with the shunt. Yeah, I mean, they're not great worlds. It's classified as a 4 out of 5. So the V or 5 here means like nice. You know, like the nicest class of worlds. With that in mind, technically Sumcoat, this arid world, is a low grav world that is within range, that has rich farmland and abundant organics. So this is also another candidate. And it's also at Quesh. And then if we were to not consider distance at all, and instead sort by hazard for farmland, where's the one at interesting, the one at Doe is not even coming up. Darid here, it's pretty low on the radar. But these are all the worlds that are potentially inhabitable. It's too bad I can't search for like low grav specifically. I wonder if there's a way to... No. So the low grav worlds that we know about that are decent would be Gusoyan, which is 12 light years away, so it doesn't fall within the shunt. Darid, which is the one at Dole, which we liked, but it is dark. It is low light. Yeah, not a whole lot. So here's the question. Should we colonize a planet near Quesh now, or keep searching? There's one other important factor that I want to mention, which is you can abandon a colony up until a point. You can abandon colonies until they've reached a certain size, and once they've reached a certain size, you can't really do that anymore. So if we colonize now and then we invest too much in it, we won't be able to abandon. We basically are stuck with our choice. The other thing worth mentioning is like there is absolutely none that have volatiles that fits the requirement. And then Gusoyan has a bit of everything, but it's too far away. It's 12. So Bolter or Boritter has extreme weather, but it fits more of the bills. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. But here's all of them. Regardless of what you end up picking here, I'm gonna go make a fuel stop back at Core and sell the stuff I've got. And I was afraid of you saying keep searching. So if we do keep searching, there are two considerations to make when we continue to search. One, should we look at other systems near Core? Or two, should we be looking for the other shunt? Looking for the other shunt is not something that... I'm not going to tell you not to vote for it, but it sucks. that search sucks. Because it's... who knows how long it will take. Looking for other systems near the core is way less of an obnoxious thing to undertake because it's not like a search that will go on forever. Eventually you just end up finding all the things near core and then you can make an informed decision. Chat's full of min-maxers and perfectionists. Yeah, perhaps. I am openly warning you that, like, the suffered consequence of that is I don't know how long I would be at it. If that is indeed how it shakes out. Well, let's keep getting a little bit more fuel. And here's the follow-up poll. Where to search for colony candidates. Find the near core or find the other shunt. So the reason, let me just put this in perspective. The shunts, the hypershunts, let me get a full list. So the coronal hypershunt, they can be found at blue giants, supergiants, or floating between stars in trinary systems with at least 2 different colored stars. And that could be anywhere, right? There's so many blue giants and supergiants in the galaxy. It's one of those, like, good luck trying to freaking find this thing. It's a miracle that I even found the first one, and it's just because I stumbled upon it because I was close to it. So I don't know where the other one is. It could be easy to find. I could find it in an hour. I could find it in 10 hours. I could find it in 100 hours. I just don't know the scope. And that I just wanted to make it very clear that, like, it might be a fool's errand if that is indeed what is voted on. I'm just trying to be blunt about my chance of finding it quickly. Because I might not have a chance to find it quickly, simply put. So it looks like something near the core works. I think what's reasonable is to survey all the stuff around core adjacent. So that would mean all of Legion, all of Wall, all of Ballworm, all of Pharos, everything, just all the constellations immediately adjacent to core, and then picking the best. Whether it's one that falls within the sphere of influence of the shunt, or one that falls within adjacent to core for accessibility reasons. I think that makes the most sense to me. That way it's not a survey search that goes on forever and ever and ever. Because yes, having the entire complete map of the entire galaxy obviously will allow you to find the absolute best candidate, but, like, if you take that long to find it, you're also going to lose your mind in the process. The attempt for perfection is often not worth the effort. So let's survey the rest of Luca. So the current priority right now is survey constellations near the core. And it actually won't take me very long to finish that, I don't think. Especially with the ability to generate my own slip surges. Which I haven't been doing, but we will soon. And because we're looking for very specific types of worlds, it should be very obvious, even just, like, hopping into a system very quickly. If I'm not looking for ruins, which I'm not at the moment, then even just identifying the planets that are in the system, it's gonna be something like terrain-centric, Terran-centric, jungle, possibly arid. You know, there's a really small subset of worlds that are desirable to begin with, so it's you know, maybe a desert world, but this desert world's going to be too big, so I don't even need to check it out. I can just tell by the size whether it's going to be low grav or not. Perfection is a moving goal. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's also, in my case, a little wrong, because if you did have the entire galaxies mapped out, it wouldn't be a moving goal, it'd be a known one. But, fair point. You know what? I'm going to drop into Durastar, only because, like, if I happen to find the other shunt, it would answer that question of, could there be something better somewhere? So, it's useful to know where both shunts are, same with both sleevers. So given any chance to scope that, I'll take it. There might be some small desert worlds. Yeah, that's a pretty small desert world. Pretty crabby. What? And the other one looks too big. We're also pretty low on fuel, so we're going to need to make a core trip soon. Any shot for going for a cold world with volatils? It's possible, but the economic burden of that is great. Especially when you aren't pairing it with mining worlds. Being able to fund your own volatiles is one thing, but I'm essentially doing a one colony challenge. So unless we're mining volatiles on the planet that we're also heating up with the volatiles, it's really going to be uneconomic to consider a cold world. If I had to choose between cold and hot world with good ores would be more profitable than a cold world without. Because we're not trying to militarize, hot worlds don't matter to us as much, because we're not going to be building ship manufacturing facilities, dry docks, etc. Normally in Starsector, your militarized worlds take advantage of the catalytic core. Or not catalytic core, takes advantage of the, God, what is the... Not combat drone. Cryoarithmetic engine, sorry. Takes advantage of the cryoarithmetic engine. So there's a colony item called a cryoarithmetic engine, which increases the size of the fleet, like the defense fleet's launched by a colony. And on hot worlds, it's 25% bonus, and on extreme heat worlds, it's 100% bonus. So when you're trying to do like a militarized empire, taking advantage of the cryoarithmetic engine by colonizing a hot world that becomes your like militarized world is meta, but we're not attempting that meta because of the one colony restrictions that we have, and the fact that we're not trying to build a military on purpose. Oh, everything's going to be cold here, isn't it? Oddly not. Brown dwarf that has arid world on it? And Tyrannocentric? That's a hot dwarf. Okay, out of context, that's weird, but still. What the hell? What a weird system. Yeah, what is going on with the solar system? It's like you have an arid world orbiting, like, essentially Jupiter. How? And it's a hot world? Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Chock full of treasure, too. No kidding. Oh, my God. Someone just got pissed off that I stole something important from there. Pristine Nanoforge is an insane thing to just randomly find. But unfortunately, these worlds are just too fat. They're too much gravity. Even though they're pretty sexy. All right. I'm gonna go make a chip for sale. We also should probably get to a gate, because we have a lot of colony items we don't need to hold on to. A hot dwarf, I say? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a brown dwarf that has, like, habitable worlds around it. That's just weird. The physics of that doesn't really make sense. That's why I'm calling it a hot dwarf. Because, like, if Jupiter was its own primary star, you better believe any planets orbiting it would not be hot. Gotta be careful about what I sell here. We have a lot of stuff, but I don't want to part with the wrong stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna keep going. Our cargo's not too super full. But now we're closing in on almost 2 mil, which is a really good amount of startup funds for a colony, if we can find one. You remember that life zones differ for how far away from the star they are? You could actually have habitable worlds around a blue giant if it was far enough away. Sure, I guess. I don't think that's entirely true, though, because of radiation. You would need, like, taken to the extreme around, like, pulsars and things like that. It's like, it wouldn't even really matter if you have a super good magnetosphere. You're gonna get... Oh, crap. You're gonna get so blasted full of radiation that you will not find life. Because the... You know, the planet's getting essentially, like, genetically cleansed on every second of every day. So yes, to some degree, sure, but the likelihood is low. Okay, there's one more in the constellation, and then this zone is done. Was that? Okay, let's also check here for a shunt. Nope, no shunt. What is this? The hell? It's like in memory of a planet? What is going on here? It's a magnetic field around a planet that doesn't exist. I wonder if that's a bug. No, that's creepy. Yeah, it's like a stealth planet. Alright, I don't think we're gonna be colonizing at Shishma. Because, going in seems dangerous. Ooh. Oh, God. Pollution? Okay, people live here? This is, Ooh, more ruins. This is definitely like a remnant world. And I'm just ninjaing the stuff I can find before I have to get out. The sea. It's called the sea. Alright. In terms of what left to survey, there's Balwam. So there's Shua Balwam, a full Pharos, and then we're kind of done. So there really isn't a lot of other systems. So if you're like, oh my god, the survey, my head is spinning, like, we're getting pretty close to the end of the line. If that's any consolation or whatever. Okay, there's remnants here. we'll check out Asmu. What are you, a glimmer? I've never been threatened by a glimmer by itself before. That's how pathetic my current fleet is. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Wow, you are flying freaking fast, Mr. Pirate. Normally when you're like 20 burn level, like things won't follow you so good because most other fleets don't fly at 20. But that pirate really was hauling. Weird. When does that ever happen? You survey somewhere and it's like, yeah, you found nothing. It's like there's a we comb the desert joke in there somewhere. No. Piss off. God, they're so aggressive. Everywhere I go, I'm getting jumped at the gates. And gravity wells. Ooh, that's a really good bionic. It's a brain installation. Ship speed by 15%, turn rate by 30. Pretty sexy if you ask me. It is possible. Oh, crap. Remnant. There was something at that drop point. It's possible one of these is potential colony material. It still has a too high gravity well. This one looks pretty tiny, and it's arid, so it's pretty habitable. Nope, still not low grav. Well, damn. Guess we're bouncing out of here, too. What is the seed here? I'll have to look that up while I'm not streaming. It's also something I typically don't share because I have in the past have had people be like, hey, if your seed is X, Y, or Z, here's where all the secrets are. It's like, cool, but like, that's so troll. And it has happened to me. So I'm always like, you want my seed? Too bad, I'm married. That's been my stance. Time to dump our supplies, refuel, and then we have like 2 or 3 more stops to go before we're done with all the local sector. And thankfully they had a lot of fuel here. So all of this has been surveyed now. What is left, I would say, is Pharos. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in Pharos. And then maybe that's it. It's 1 constellation to go. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors.